Voices of biblical women lies within the tradition of midrashic poetry and comprises persona poems of biblical figures, Sarah Imenu, Rachel Imenu, Asnat, Miriam, and nameless women who personify every woman. Using present tense and first person, the poems of this section follow the injunction of the Mishnah: in every age a person must see himself or herself as if he or she went out of Egypt. The emotions of the women portrayed in these dramatic monologues range from indignation, resentment, panic and turmoil, to that of existential aloneness. The following poem focuses on grief and the relationship between a grandchild and her grandmother. Along the lines of ancient midrash, I get behind the text, for Rachel's grandmother is nowhere mentioned in the text. Rachel's eulogy for her grandmother was, in fact, inspired by the eulogy I heard a granddaughter give for her grandfather, who was my neighbor in the Jewish quarter. Rachel's eulogy is on page 40. Grandma, how I miss you. I sat at your knee telling you my dreams. You smiled and nodded knowingly, singing of a land where summer grass is topped with dew. You read me Aunt Rivka's scrolls from the land where date palms brush the sky. You knew I loved your lullabies of young men whose souls soared to heaven as they sat learning in a tent. And your stories how Uncle dug wells, deep holes, from which water surged and oases bloomed, and how Aunt went and fell off her camel when she saw Uncle like an angel praying in a field. You spent hours with me as I played with new lambs near the tent door, and you consoled me when they married the man I loved. You too will have him. A little patience, dear, you said before the morning star appeared. You persuaded father. You ran to my tent that night, held me in your arms and let me cry into your embrace as you revealed your plan. Oh, grandmother, you consoled me in my barrenness. You hugged me when I'd sigh upon hearing that my sister had birthed another boy. But grandma, who will console me now? How can I say goodbye?